Hey, this is Krista Cooper, and I'm here with our good friends at Easterseals for a series called Easterseals, Real People, Real Impact. And I'm here with Nancy Rinaldi. She's the Director of Community Outreach at Easterseals. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Krista?
I'm doing good. You know, we've got a lot to cover today and a very important topic. We're going to be talking about recognizing the caregiver in you. And so to start off, I got to thinking that a lot of people might be listening right now thinking, well, that sounds like me, but I don't know if I'd give myself that title.
Right.
Right? So let's break it down in a way that feels relatable and real to the people listening. Like, what would you consider a caregiver?
You know, really anybody that is caring for a loved one, it could be a relative, a parent, a neighbor, somebody that they're just doing some things for because that person needs some help. And you're right, lots of people don't consider themselves caregivers. They're like, well, it's my mom. I should take care of her. Or it's my dad or whatever. And that sometimes prevents them from getting the resources that are out there. And so once they realize that they are a caregiver, they can understand that there are supports and resources to help them. And it's great that they say, you know, I want to take care of my loved one, but that doesn't mean you have to do it alone. And it doesn't mean that you can't ask for resources. It doesn't mean that you're weak or you don't love your parent or whatever. It just means help me do this the best I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And Easterseals, and we'll get to some of this, has those resources for those people. And really it comes to just acknowledging the fact that, hey, you don't have to do this alone.
Absolutely.
So let's talk, too, about the importance of the caregiver in that moment, recognizing, and that's to that point, recognizing they're a caregiver and then kind of those next steps.
Yeah. So realizing that you're a caregiver, maybe because your mom just got a diagnosis of dementia or your uncle had a stroke or your adult child has a brain injury, and now what do I do? And so there's lots of supports for that. There's caregiver resource centers across the state, and Easterseals is fortunate to have 2 of those. And it's really for caregivers just to call and say, what do I do now? What are the resources that are out there for me? The case managers will provide information about different things in the community that might be helpful, not just Easterseals resources, but things the state might have, things that other community members might have that can really help that person on that journey of caregiving. There's lots of education out there for caregivers, so, you know, check some of those things out. Easterseals always has our annual caregiver conference. It's a free conference, and caregivers can come just talk to other caregivers, learn about resources that are in the community that might be helpful, and just really get support from each other.
Yeah, I think the support's the big part, too, and knowing you're not alone.
Yes.
Right? I know if you think about somebody's asking you to change the oil in your car, right? And you don't know how to do it, so you're going to go find help.
Right.
Right? And so I guess in the same sense, you might not know the resources or the support that you need to be able to be a caregiver. Does that relate?
Exactly. It sure does. And yeah, why would you expect to all of a sudden know how to take care of somebody with dementia?
Right.
You've never dealt with that before. And so asking for help is great, and those resources are out there.
Yes. And so I'm sure even in that moment when they realize, and it could be somebody listening right now saying, you know what, this sounds like me. You know, like it's time. I'm recognizing that I'm a caregiver. I'm ready to take the next steps. That's got to feel like relief, like weight off their shoulders to know that the support is out there.
Absolutely. You know, it's so rewarding for us with our caregivers, somebody at an event, or you talk to them on the phone and you give them resources, and you're absolutely right. You hear the relief in their voice that, okay, there is something out there for me. And, you know, support groups are really important. And lots of people don't want to do that. But really being able to talk to other caregivers that are in the same situation as you, because, you know, you can talk to your friends, but if they're not a caregiver, they're not understanding what you're going through. But to be able to talk to another caregiver that says, yes, I'm so frustrated too, or, you know, I had that problem and this is what I did, is so helpful.
Yeah. And respite. Do we want to touch on respite being another great resource?
Yeah. You know, caregivers spend so much time caring for their loved ones. They don't take care of themselves, and they don't take that break just to breathe. And the only time sometimes people take it is either if they get sick themselves or they're at the end of their rope. So really there's resources out there to help people get a break. Medicare has resources, Medicaid, the VA all have respite resources, but lots of people don't qualify for them. And so Easterseals has Delaware's Lifespan Respite Program. So people can we have vouchers, so people can take a break, have a friend or a neighbor come watch your loved one. You get a break, and the break can just be walking around the park or taking a bath uninterrupted. You know, those simple things. It doesn't have to be big, grandiose plans.
Right. Well, and to your point too, it's so rewarding to be a caregiver, but you also do have to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, because then you're stronger to take care of your loved one.
Yes.
So if somebody's listening right now, they're realizing, okay, I've recognized, like, I feel like this is me. Where can they go for more information to get involved?
The easiest place to go is our website, and it's easterseals.demd.org. And they can go and, just look things up and contact us, and we're ready to help.
Awesome. So if someone just takes that moment right now listening to this conversation and they're thinking, it's time, this is what I'm doing, recognizing the caregiver in them, definitely check out easterseals.demd.org. Do you have anything else that you wanted to mention today?
No, really, I guess the bottom line is, there are supports to help caregivers recognize you are a caregiver, and we're here to help you along that journey.
Absolutely. That's easterseals.demd.org. Nancy, thank you so much.
Thanks, Krista, for the opportunity.